Hello and welcome to Raised on a Garden Pantry. I am Stephanie and today we're going to make something yummy and delicious that you can make on Christmas morning or anytime. Stay tuned to find out what it is. Today we're making a cranberry orange buttermilk breakfast cake. Who doesn't like to have cake for breakfast? And this is a perfect time of the year around Christmas time because when the cranberries are in season, we need to use fresh ones. So let's get started and make this delicious cake for your Christmas morning. Okay. Let's get started. We have my handy dandy mixer out here. This seems like a really simple cake to make. So first thing we have a stick of butter, and then we have a zest of 2 oranges about. The recipe only calls for 1, but sometimes I feel like I really like that cranberry flavor, and I am just going to put extra in, but that is up to you. And the next thing we're going to do is put our sugar in here, a cup of sugar. Now we're going to cream this butter. Make sure that, or this mixture together, make sure that butter is softened. Mine's been sitting out all day. So here we go. All right, nice and creamed. We're going to add our egg. And then we need about a tablespoon of vanilla. Squirt that in there. And then we're going to beat this up again. That is all nice and combined. Now, we're going to take our cranberries here, and I'm going to get a bowl, and we're going to toss it in 2 tablespoons of flour. You know why? You know why. I'll tell you in just a second. All right. Now the reason why you want to put some flour on these cranberries is because so the cranberries don't sink, and it really does work. So don't skip this step. It's really important. So we got our 2 tablespoons of flour, and you just want to coat the cranberries in flour here, and that will help it from not having your cranberries go to the bottom. Now, if they do go to the bottom, and let's say you forgot to do this, don't worry, it's still good. I've done things like this with like blueberry cake. You can just flip it over and it still looks good. It's fine. So all of them will just be on the top. And actually it's not a bad thing if that happens either. All right, so now we're going to add, let's see, our flour here to this. I'm just going to turn it on and add our flour and our baking powder and salt. Going to add our buttermilk. Now this isn't 100% real buttermilk. All I did was put the amount of milk in the container as half a cup and a good splash of vinegar, and it makes it clumpy, kind of like buttermilk. I don't always keep buttermilk on. Actually, I haven't bought buttermilk in years. I used to make some buttermilk pancakes, but we just don't eat them anymore, and that's what it is. That is what it is. So we're gonna add this here. That in there. We got a good mix. All right, now I'm going to take this out of the mixer here, and I'm going to do the rest by hand because I don't want to break up the cranberries too much. And I probably would with the mixer on. It's a bit too rough. I don't know, cranberries are pretty tough. But anyway, here we go. Get this off. All that off. The nice thing about this recipe, it only makes an 8x8 pan or a 9x8, about that size. So it even says this in the directions, about that size. You could do it as a loaf, but my other bowl's over here. Hey Snoop, that's Snoopy. You could do it in a loaf, but it would take a long time so to bake for sure. And Snoopy wants to go outside. You wanna go outside, Snoopy? Sister calling you? Yes. Yesterday was the puppy's birthday, so they are officially 2 now. So do I still call them puppies? Yes, of course. Anyways, oh Snoopy, let him outside. You wanna go outside? One went in, one came out, and then the other one was barking, and then they are both outside. I think there's some noise or something going on over there. You may even be able to hear them. So they're barking at it. I think they're a little scared because they wanted to come in not too long ago. All right, so next we got that all mixed up. Hey, that looks great. I'm so excited to try this. And this would probably, so it is a little less than 2 weeks of Christmas. This would be a good thing you could freeze for sure. I have a feeling. All right, let me get the pan and we'll get this in so we can get this in the oven. All right, let's give this a good spray. Okay, is this an 8x8 pan? I'm pretty sure this one is. I think it says. Yeah, 8x8 pan. This one's pretty. I like the decoration on the side. All right, let's put this in here. It's a really stiff dough. Let's get this in our pan. I'm going to make with this is I'm going to make a glaze. Now the recipe doesn't say to make a glaze, but I'm going to make a glaze. I used that orange, the couple oranges to zest, and then I just juiced the oranges. So I'm going to make a real quick powdered sugar glaze, excuse me, to go on top. So here we go. Here is our cake, and we're going to bake this at 350. It says 35 minutes all the way up to 50 minutes. So you got to keep an eye on this one. All right, when it's done, I will show you what it looks like. I forgot one little thing. It says to sprinkle it with a tablespoon of powdered sugar, granulated sugar on the top. Now that since I'm going to make the glaze, now I think about it, this might not be necessary. But if you didn't want to make a glaze, you can do that. So here we go. We'll put this in the oven, and I'll see you soon. So here we are. It has been out of the oven for a while. It's still warm. It's still a little warm, but I'm going to cut a slice and add some of the frosting that I made. So here we are. Here is the cake. I made a really simple powdered sugar dressing. All I did was take that orange juice and a cup of powdered sugar, and I sifted it really well to get it nice and fine. And then I added, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, maybe 3 tablespoons to make a really nice consistency there. And then actually after it was sitting on top of the ream is what it's called. I took some of the orange pulp that was stuck on there, and I just kind of put that in there. So it gave it even a little bit more of a texture. It turned out really good. So here it is, the cranberry orange buttermilk breakfast cake. So let's give it a try here. That is really good. It's really sweet and really tart at the same time. That will be so delicious paired to a really nice breakfast casserole, something to balance out that savory, and then you have the sweet and tart and orangey and cranberry cake. This is so delicious. So I hope you give this a try, and you can give that frosting a try too. I will leave a link, as always, down below for the recipe, or I'll write the recipe down in there so you can try it at home. So here you go, another fantastic dessert, breakfast dessert for you to try. Merry Christmas!